to provide a message economically that resonates with millions of young people in this country who are struggling to find jobs, who are laden with debt, who can't move out of mom and dad's house, who can't start businesses, who can't start families, who can't do the things that generations of Americans before them took for granted. So that's the kind of movement, energy, and message that we need if we're really going to want to grow the conservative populist movement among the younger generation of Americans.
Absolutely, I'm with you. Yes, we need to be the counterculture, and I think it is through that much more all-encompassing value system that really goes down to the principles, but also the actions that we talked about. What do you think the young people are most drawn to when it comes to MAGA, or it comes to a more kind of America First worldview? Because in many ways, it seems like that is what has so much energy, as well as maybe socialism, like you said, maybe AOC's agenda, and then these people who are kind of just the consultant class, the establishment people. They're the ones that don't really actually draw any, grassroots momentum, especially from young people. How do you think we can maybe even bring people over from the far left onto our side?
Well, I think there's potential bridges there. I think the emerging conservative populist movement, which I consider myself a part of, is going to have the best ability to attract people that may have been swayed by Bernie Sanders and co. And there were many Bernie voters in the Democrat primary who did end up voting for Trump. I mean, this is a block of voters that exist. I mean, there are, I think, 8 million plus Obama-Trump voters. I mean, there are many voters who are socially conservative, who love America, who are patriotic, who are not woke, and maybe they're a little more moderate or even left-wing on some economic issues. And we can win them over with the right messaging. We can win them over with the right type of ideological development that is part of the populist America First agenda, being pro-families, being pro-small business, being anti-globalism, being against kind of this rampant free trade agenda, being more for fair trade, trade that benefits Americans. There's a lot of different policy elements of the American conservative populist movement that would appeal to some of those voters who have been economically disenfranchised but are not exactly woke, and they're not necessarily buying in to all the Democrat Party agenda. So we just need to we need to think outside of the box. We need to not exactly just stick to the dogma of the past, and we need to understand that this is a new America. This is a new decade. This is a new generation, and the talking points that may have worked for Reagan in the 80s are not going to work for us today, and that's just a reflection on the state of our country. It's not necessarily a value judgment. It's just a statement of reality and facts. So that's where we're at. And there's a lot of room to grow.
Absolutely. And I think these older people who, are maybe the ones that they say are horrified by Trump's tweets or something, I don't actually think there are that many of them, but even if there were, they are much older and they come from a much different time, and they're not used to the politics of today, which are very rough and tumble. Things are really getting bad, as you said, for a lot of younger people and older people, I think, who are probably, just horrified by seeing so many things go on today, but they think, oh, we can just kind of find a way to work things out, and maybe, we don't need to go down this road, but we do. And that's, I think, something young people have seen, is that we really have to fight to actually make a change in order to make anything happen in a swamp-like culture.